Welcome back, everyone, to Italy Fuhrerreich, and this time we have gone a little bit ahead. We've won the Spanish Civil War. We have completed the part of the diplomatic focus tree to ally the Spanish state and demand control of the Balearic Islands. So, as you can probably see, we control Palma de Mallorca and the Balearics, which aren't really all that useful because they're non-core, so they don't give population. We currently recruit 23 people, or sorry, 138 people from this island, which is, quite great. And the base says we could have had them anyway because we are Spanish allies, so it's just, for the big dick, making sure that everyone knows that we have the big dick, and that obviously is quite important, map painting and all. There's one single problem. We're still part of the Continental Entente because I'm guessing that we need to complete the Territorial Conference with the Frenchies to get out of the Continental Entente and do territorial revisionism. So that has invited Spain to the Continental Entente rather than forming our own faction, which kind of infuriates me, to say the least, but nothing that we cannot fix with a bit of console shenanigans. Wait. Now this is even funnier. What the fuck? Why is there the Second Spanish Republic exiled in Ceuta in the same faction as the Spanish state? That is just the best thing ever. Anyway, I kind of like actually having like the exile government being there. Like it's not the worst thing ever. Like I kind of dig that as like a they ran away or whatever with French support, even though the French were supporting the monarchists by the end. So we're gonna keep that. That's fine. That's fine. Don't need to deal with that. But anyway, we have completed our Mediterranean plan, or at least our Libyan plan, which annexes Libya into Italy. Not the most useful thing in the world, but it does have some industry, so why not? It's not core states, obviously, it's colonies, it's annexed all the divisions into us as well. However, obviously, now we are continuing down the focus tree, and we got expand our influence into Abyssinia. Now, the Abyssinians have refused our demands. It was wishful thinking to expect Abyssinia to just surrender through ultimatum alone. Now, I forgot that I have an air force, I think. Yeah, give me those TAC bombers. Only gonna send... let's send a couple. No, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna send you, I guess, but I'm not gonna use you. I'm gonna send the close air supports. It was wishful thinking to expect Abyssinia to just surrender through ultimatum alone. Addis Ababa has ignored our words and now must be pressured on the battlefield. We shall avenge our previous failure and secure our position in East Africa. So this is obviously, our Ethiopian war or whatever. Oh, I did not realize you would have done that. You Dumbo. You big fool. You big fool. Now, this is unfortunate because we're still part of the Continental Entente, so France seems like it's obliged to send, like, its divisions here. Obviously, we're not going to call them in, but that's just kind of annoying because it's taking up supplies, Not really the best thing ever. Anyway, let us declare war on the Abyssinians without calling in allies. There we go. I have decided to not send any good divisions out here because there would be no point, to be honest. As you can see, Abyssinia isn't really all that strong. So it should be a relatively easy war. Oh, the Beijing government has declared war on the Fengtian government. Okay, Jolly Click. Oh, wait, the Fengtian government is independent. Whoa. They managed to become independent. What? Union elimination? Communications control the Senate. So they're the communications clique. 中国的伟大作品, the great, the great products of China. Peace of the Kuomintang, eliminate the Kuomintang, eliminate Japanese investiture. Now, the leader is TV Song, which who in real life was the finance minister for Chiang Kai-shek's regime. That's really weird. Wonder what's going on. Anti-Japanese sentiment. How did they become independent, though? Culture Old Manchu. The Old Manchu culture of centuries have seen a revival in Funtien, its geographical birthplace. That's kind of unrealistic at this point in history. That was very, very much a impossible thing, but whatever. Oh, you have a lot of divisions. See, it looked like Funtien should be a lot stronger, but who knows? We're gonna follow these events. In the meantime, we're gonna do our duty in Abyssinia. Oh, okay. Gabriele D'Annunzio found dead in his private villa. Gabriele D'Annunzio, poet, journalist, and politician, has been found dead in his villa while at his work table. As the leader of the ruling Fisson party and the national syndicalist movement as a whole, his death has sent shockwaves throughout Italy and the greater European community. His leadership and powerful oratory skills were paramount in bringing the Fisson to power. Oh, okay, so China's blowing up. I see. Look at those fascist plane models. And revolutionizing Italian society. Preparations are being made for his funeral, in which his coffin will be wrapped in the flag of Timavo, which I believe is... it's not gonna show it. But yeah, it's like the... Oh wait, maybe... No, this is just a Roman flag. Okay. I kind of want to... Wait, what? Where's the Martian Parliament? You need 30 syndicalist support. We have 30 syndicalist support. What? That's dumb. I want to wait to take a national focus because I think we can proclaim the Italian Republic quite easily. Well, I guess, challenge the Lion, Libyan highways, fortify Panfilia, develop West Africa. God damn it, I want to proclaim the Italian Republic. Jesus Christ. Anyway, let's just get political power. In the front of the Timavo and buried in the impressive mausoleum of the Vittoriale, a fitting resting place for such a national hero. Now, the Vittoriale is a monument in Rome to the First World War, I believe. To the victory of the First World War. Which, obviously, you know, Vittoriale means the victory monument. Or the monument to victory, the, you know, memory of victory, all that kind of stuff. Despite the national mourning, we must continue to look forward towards the future of the party. Both houses of parliament have convened for an emergency meeting at Arengo dell'Italia. I have no idea what that's supposed to be. To decide on whom will succeed D'Annunzio as Comandante of Italy. Now, Comandante means commander, and it's obviously, you know, a reference to, like, Führer. As important as D'Annunzio has been for the party, his leadership was far from perfect. He was never interested in the minute details of running a party, let alone the entire nation-state, choosing instead to focus on writing and philosophy. This has forced many within the upper echelons of Fisson to handle the duties usually expected of a head of state. Of course, because the guy was a weird, crazy poet guy, and not exactly, you know, a bureaucrat. Though it isn't publicly known, many of his close associates suspected D'Annunzio's drug habit may have been exacerbated by stress of his new position, and may be responsible for his sudden death. With D'Annunzio's death, a power vacuum has opened within Italy that many within the Fisson are desperately trying to fill. It will be some time before a new Comandante can truly succeed D'Annunzio. Who can truly succeed D'Annunzio will be found. In the meantime, we must remember this Italian hero for all the good that National Socialism has brought to Italy. Okay, minus 100 political power, minus 10 base stability, and Arengo dell'Italia becomes leader for the Valkist party. Okay, so it's just a kind of parliament thing. Now, I do not know the word arengo, but I'm guessing it's like some kind of parliament of some sort. Anyway, seriously, we have 30 syndicalist support. However, we are completing marches on Tuscany and Sardinia, so even if we need 31, we're gonna have the 31. So we just need to wait until we have the political power, which should be very soon, because for some reason we gain 1 million political power. There we go. Continue the advance into Abyssinia. Now this should be, again, a relatively easy war, but it's going to be rather costly, probably in terms of manpower, because, you know, Abyssinia, not exactly the world's, like, easiest place to invade. Now, their divisions seem to be a lot weaker than ours, which is obviously quite good. So, just let that be the case. Just pressure them on, you know, every front. And then once we take Addis Ababa, this should be the end of the war, which is going to give us some good army experience and training for the generals. So that's obviously quite great. Alright, now we can march on Parliament because we have 32 syndicalist support. So apparently you need to have over 30. You know, just a little bit of a failure of communications. You know, actually, let's not take Addis Ababa immediately. We are going to drag this out and fight. It's going to cost equipment and it's going to cost lives, but it's going to give us training, experience, and that stuff, which is obviously always quite useful. All things that are quite needed for us. We need more support equipment, and we need more everything, Jesus Christ. We just need more factories, which we are getting. Obviously really good. Yeah, as you can see, we damaged quite a lot of our country with the National Syndicalist marching.
Attento. Sì, signore. Pronto, signore.
Tibet declared war on the Sichuan. Yeah, just China's blowing up. Especially the Sichuan clique seems to be in trouble. Yunnan. Oh wow, Yunnan have already surrounded them. And the glorious Ma clique. Xinjiang, for some reason, joined in, and Tibet. How's the national war, which is what we're gonna call it, going? Seems like it's pretty stable situation along the Yellow River. It's kind of funny that, like, Beijing government has more Japanese support than Fengtian government at this point. So that's kind of great. And there goes the Hamburg Commune. Should have joined the Third International, to say the least. For some reason they decided not to. And wait, so the Danish apparently joined in on the side of the Hamburg Commune, and now they're being destroyed as well by the Deutsches Reich. We don't particularly care about the Deutsches Reich, and if they try to, like, you know, take over Austria or something, we're gonna try to support Austria, if that's possible, because we do not want that stuff to be around. We do not want those dirty Germans around. We are the glorious and perfect Mediterranean race. Don't want those filthy Teutonic barbarians around. Man, this battle is gonna be, wow, taking quite a lot of casualties. Oh, actually, that's not even mostly casualties, it's mostly just equipment losses. Which is fine, TBH. And now we can do March on Parliament. Very good. Where is it? Damn, we have really low stability. Holy shit, we're gonna need to increase our stability. Wait, did we do that by the marches? No, not really. We just have really low stability. Anyway, I'm guessing that destroying the monarchy might not improve that. Anyway, March on Parliament. Let's go. So this allows us to proclaim the Italian Republic. As the progress of history pushes forward, pushes Italy slowly into modernity, it is clear that our nation has outgrown the need for a king. The king in the north. Like the French during the Revolution or the Germans in the aftermath of the Great War, it is now Italy's turn to remove the bonds that subdue our true potential. Whoa. Like the French in the Revolution? We're a fucking far-right Nazi fascist thing. Wouldn't say that the French Revolution is should necessarily be that big of an inspiration, but I guess. Oh, right. Rat War. Oh, we cannot do, because we did not have 40% of our factories. And we cannot even do extensive conscription because of that. Oh well. We can do a head of intelligence. We actually have Rodolfo Graziani, who is a logistics specialist. Decryption plus 0.50%. Not the worst. Not the worst, TBH.
Attento. Attento.
Like, it's not bad.
Pronto, signore.
Oh. What? The next Comandante of Italy. With Gabriele D'Annunzio's recent death, the Arengo dell'Italia has been formed to select his successor.
Pronto.
3 possible candidates have been found that are believed to be qualified enough to fill D'Annunzio's shoes. Alcesta de Ambris, a revolutionary syndicalist and co-author of the Charter of Carnaro, is an obvious candidate for Comandante. Second only to D'Annunzio himself, Ambris' political theories are a cornerstone of the national syndicalist movement. Despite this, many of his opponents are critical of his socialist path and suspected relations with the USSR. That's hilarious. Edmondo Rossoni, secretary of the Confederation of Fascist Syndicates, you know, which is, I'm guessing our trade union, is another possible candidate. A staunch ally of labor, he is beloved by most of the working class as well as Italy's trade unions. He is a powerful and ambitious man with many grand plans for Italy, but his hostility towards industrialists and other members of Italy's upper classes has led to him being labeled as a radical by some of Thysson's more conservative elements who wish to see class cooperation. Tullio Cianetti, a radical trade unionist, has been selected as the final candidate. Despite his young age, compared to most of the Thyssen leadership, his reformist-minded politics may bring new life to the party. He is already seen as a trusted ally of Italian labor, but unlike Rossoni, he shows no hostilities towards Italy's upper classes. His opponents, though, are concerned about his economic connections to Germany, specifically his friendship with Otto Strasser, whose economic theories are seen as with much skepticism back in Italy. Okay. Are there any difference for these guys? Alcesta de Ambris, Edmondo Rossoni, or Tullio Cianetti? None of these can be head of government, it looks like. Oh, here he is, Edmondo Rossoni, industrializer. I don't know. I don't know. What should we take? Belarus? Oh, right. Never mind. Okay, whatever. Yeah. Like... They all have the same thing. Let's take the father of the movement. Fine, whatever. Alcesta de Ambris. Oh, I know this face. Okay. Interesting. I wonder if that's gonna have any, like, you know, down the line consequences or anything like that. We have 75% war support, so I don't think we really need war propaganda. Do not think we really need war propaganda. Victor Emmanuel seeks support. Reviving the Charter of Carnaro. that's stability. Stability is good, just as a whole. Is not in faction or is faction leader. Yeah. I would quite like to take the dominance of the Balkans, so I'm gonna need to take the Territorial Conference with the French as soon as possible. Alright, but we have a lot of political power now, and it's not like we really needed to do anything else because generic companies... I guess, you know, we're gonna take all the generic companies now. Because it seems like we cannot... Well, no, we can take over places, but, I mean... It adds resources... and local manpower. Local manpower isn't bad, but it does reduce max factories in the state, which is a bad thing. As you can see, -1. I like having more factories. So yeah, we've sorted out our nation, and we're gonna proclaim the Republic. You know, no more king.
Forza, forza!
All right. Making Italy great again. I guess some more support can't be bad, so let's do some more propaganda. Speaking of the Turkish state, demand Trabzon. Petition Italy, at least 300,000 manpower. Okay, so they don't have 300,000 manpower. That means that their army is quite small. How big is our army? 400,000. It's also not that big. It's also not that big. That is pretty sad.
Attento. Pronto, signore.
Yeah, we could end this war right here, but having extra political power is always pretty good. And there we go. We can proclaim the Italian Republic. This is the flag I was talking about. Huh. He's back from the dead. Okay. Interesting. He is back from the dead. Okay. Whatever. Let us take the Territorial Conference now, because the time has finally come to destroy the Frenchies or whatever. The Frenchies, the Frenchies, the Frenchies. Now, I believe you can reach a compromise over, like, Tunisia or whatever, but you cannot reach a compromise over other issues, such as, you know, obviously mainland French territories or Corsica or anything like that, so, yeah. Offer to build defenses in Denmark. That's a bit late for that. Civil crackdown. Ooh, weekly stability +1. Mobilization speed +25%. Weekly stability. I like weekly stability. Oh, we can abandon the Entente. Okay. Opinion of French junta at most -25. Okay, so we still have +20.
Avanzate.
Okay.
Li respingiamo, signore. Sì, signore.
Interesting.
Pronto all'azione. Ordini.
There we go.
Attento.
Almost done with this war.
Sì,
TBH.
signore. Attento.
So let us cancel all those orders.
Pronto all'azione.
Destroy whatever these units are, and
Sì, signore.
there we go.
Pronto, signore.
We are done.
Sì, signore.
No need to take that because we can just take Addis Ababa. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Give me that Abyssinia. Excellent. Take it all.
Pronto, signore.
And now we are the Repubblica Sociale Italiana, the Italian Social Republic, which is the name that the Nazi puppet state, or second coming of Mussolini, took in 1943, after the Kingdom of Italy decided to switch sides to the Allies in the Second World War. So, yeah, it's kind of that trivia. There we go. Get the divisions back in the motherland. Alright, now that we have army experience, we can reform a few of our divisions. Let us get some heavy tanks going in these divisions. Maybe motorized. Probably don't have enough motorized. Oh, we do. That's cool. I'm gonna need to find a way to like get a decent division going of this kind. There we go. Wait, don't we have anti-tank? No. But we are starting to produce it, which is quite good. Okay. So these divisions, obviously not going to be equipped for quite a while, because we just don't have the equipment, but hey, better to start. More infantry divisions. That is quite nice. There we go. Territorial Conference with the Frenchies. So our disputes with France. Italy and France have only been allies for just barely 2 decades. While the Entente seems like an obvious choice for Italy, or seemed like an obvious choice for Italy back in 1915, today territorial disputes threaten to tear this alliance apart. As nationalist sentiment grows within Italy, it's clear we can no longer let these issues be ignored. Nearly 1 million Italians live under French rule in Savoy and Nice, which are these 2 territories that used to be part of first the Kingdom of Sardinia Piedmont, and earlier on the ancestral lands of the House of Savoy, who are the ruling house of Italy, or not anymore, but used to be the ruling house of Italy, and that were traded over with to France in exchange for French support against Austria in the Second Italian War of Independence that resulted in Italy gaining essentially this region, which is called Veneto, and this region, which is called Lombardy, and being able to take over all the Austrian puppet states in central Italy, and being able to take over southern Italy due to a bunch of weird political events in the 1850s. In Africa, the French have done their best to prevent Italian influence from growing, such as forcing the assimilation of settlers in Tunisia, which was actually like a lot of Italians actually settled in Tunisia without really the support, or I guess the encouragement of the Italian state. Even though the Italian state did try to make Tunisia a colony of Italy, it was very, very much too much under French influence, and in fact, the quote-unquote right of Italy to have colonies was a major point of friction between, Italian nationalists and France and Britain, because they saw the influence of France and Britain in the Mediterranean as something like, oppressing Italy. So that was part of the reason why Italy was so ready to attack Turkey over Libya, which was a Turkish puppet state in 1911. Such as first blah blah blah. Even to this day still outnumber French settlers in the region. On top of this, many within Italy doubt France's ability to defend Europe from German aggression, going as far as to say that an alliance with France is akin to a suicide pact. If we are to continue our current relationship with France, we must settle these issues. We must push for an anti-French territorial revisionism, which is going to make us leave the Entente. Easy peasy. Now, there is a slight issue with that, the Spanish state. So what we're going to do is we're going to do allow Diplo. We're going to tag over to the nationalists. We are part of the Continental Entente, not anymore. And we're going to tag back to us and make a faction. I'm not sure what the faction is supposed to be called, but I guess let's do what's it, like a really retarded name that we'd pick? Let's do Concordato di Roma. The Rome Concordate. Which, I don't know, like, it's another thing, but I guess it sounds pretty okay. What the fuck do you mean? What the fuck do you mean? They have refused to join our alliance. Has any weird shit happened because I did allow Diplo? Doesn't look like it. Okay, I guess the Spanish are not part of our alliance anymore. Which is fine, we got the Balearics out of them, and now we can kill them. We need a 74% world tension to justify on them. 74% world tension to justify as a national Valkist thing? Okay. Now we can do the territorial revisionism, but most importantly, we can do Italian dominance in the Balkans. Oh, create faction Pact of Rome. Cool. Cool. Well, I still think the Rome Concordate sounds much cooler than the Pact of Rome. Pact is just too fucking boring. Anyway, we're gonna end the episode right here, and in the next one, which I am gonna record just after this one, most likely, we are gonna do some Balkan revisionism. That certainly won't cause any global instability in Europe, of course. So yeah, see you then.